Hey guys, Brian Schultz here with the Actually Tiny House Project, where we are exploring smart, simple, sustainable tiny house design and giving you some building tips along the way. Now, today's video is just a really quick reminder to always pressure test your plumbing before you close your floor and before you close your walls up. And this is something that should be common sense, but if you've done a lot of plumbing like I have, it's really easy to get in a hurry and think to yourself, it's just PEX, I just have to make sure that all the fittings have been crimped and nothing could go possibly wrong. And in theory, that's true if every single fitting has been crimped, but it is so easy, even if you're visually inspecting it, to miss one crimp in the system and end up causing a big problem. And that's what happened to us this morning when we ended up doing our pressure test and realized that the only fitting that wasn't exposed and that was hidden underneath our subfloor was spraying water. And kind of ironic how that actually happened. We ended up nailing down and gluing our subfloor so we could have a level surface to run the tripod so we could make the plumbing video for this entire house. But in doing so, we'd forgotten to crimp that very first fitting, and that's the one that failed as soon as we turned on the water. So how I ended up fixing this was I came over here and I cut out a little access hatch, and then I could reach in there and crimp off that fitting that was spraying water. Now, this was actually pretty easy for me because I was already planning on putting a hatch right here. So I had measurements from my walls and I had it drawn out on the floor. So all I had to do was really carefully cut out the plywood. Now, this brings me to a really important point, which is that it's nice to have access boxes to any key water tie-in point that's going to be under your floor. That way, if something's going wrong, or if you want to make a change to how your tiny house plumbing is configured, you've got a place that you can do that. So it's really important, if you do decide to make access boxes like this, to make sure they're big enough that you can get your plumbing tools down inside so you can actually crimp the fittings. This could have been a huge catastrophe. If we hadn't heard that tiny spraying noise, we just would have turned the water on, not noticed, until the entire bottom of the trailer and all the insulation was soaked with water. So super important to make sure that you do that pressure test. Go around, plug all your fixtures, plug your drop ear here, and turn on the water. Stay inside the building for about 30 minutes. Let all the air seep out if air is going to seep out of the system, and see if you have any drips or any leaks. It could save you from having a huge problem later. So do what we say, not what we do. Make sure that you pressure test your plumbing before you close up your walls and floor. All right, that's it for now. Take care. I'll see you next time.